Blessings, y'all, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. I am Brandy, and as always, I pray that your day has gotten started off well and that it continues to flow in that vein. I wanted to share with you one of, I guess you could say one of my favorite scriptures from Proverbs. It's a pretty dope scripture. It pretty much, talks about what I like to see, which is cheerfulness. But it's Proverbs 17 and 22. And I want to share that because this was dropped in my spirit on yesterday, which was the 22nd. And it was literally because God led me to something that was personally spoken to me some time ago, as it pertains to that in one way or another. Sometimes God will literally lead you to his word that he personally gave you, along with his word in the good book, right? Yeah. So Proverbs 17 and 22 says, a cheerful heart is good medicine, right? It's good medicine. But a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Yeah. And we know that, joyfulness, happiness, having a zealous, grateful spirit, it does. It's like health. It's great health. And when you see people who are, dealing with depression and sadness and grief and worry and all that, all of the time, it's like it's draining. It drains them. They have this, look of just, defeat, and they have this attitude of defeat. We've all, experienced it to some degree in our lives at some point in time. And I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't been fighting it, because it's been a little crazy. It's been a little crazy. I can tell that, the joy of the Lord is something that the enemy is so afraid of, because when we are in that, man, it's crazy, the things that we accomplish, and it's amazingly crazy. Crazy in a good way, in the lives that we affect. And something that the Spirit of God told me some time ago, actually a couple of things. Number one, he says do not let anyone make you feel like your presence isn't wanted. That was one. And the other, blessed God, was that anyone who does not experience or have joy when you're around, they're not in my spirit. They are not in my spirit. That's a powerful statement. That's basically him snitching on whoever it is. You ever been in a room with someone or a group of people, and when you come in, you have this big energy, and it's genuinely all love and joyfulness and cheerfulness, and they're just stuck, just quiet, don't know what to say, can't move, just quiet. Because when you come in and you're in a room full of people who have the Spirit of God, you shift your joy. Even if they've had a bad day, you shift your joy onto them. You shift that atmosphere. and they can experience what you're in, because they're in the Spirit of God. And even though they've had a hard day, a rough day, or whatever, what you bring into the room shifts that for them. I had an experience like that in the nail shop. A woman, bless her heart, she was having a hard day. Everything that was going on in her life was just weighing on her, and it was heavy. And it was some other ladies in there, but she pointed me out, and she was just like, "Are you gonna stay?" And at the time I thought I was gonna stay. I didn't. I stayed for her for a while, and I was just like, "Yeah." She's like, "Good. I need to talk. Can I talk?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we sat there, and she talked, and bless her heart, she was going through it. And the first thing after she got through, she was just like, "I know it's a lot." I said, "Yeah." I said, "But would you mind if I just pray with you?" And she was just like, "Oh." She said, "I'm wanting to get more spiritual." I said, "Well, we about to pray." and I did. I prayed with her right there in the nail shop, because I could tell like she was just on, high mode, anxiety, worry, irritation, frustration, all that. And I just wanted God to give her some peace, because I know how that feels. I know how it feels. And it was better. It was better. And she told me, she was just like, "I'm so glad you came in here. I'm so glad you came in here." And I gave her a hug before I left, and I could just feel some sense of relief, and I bless God for being able to do that. But when you are in a place and you can discern, like, it's just off, and I recently experienced that, and it caught me off guard, and I didn't really know how to take that, you know what I'm saying? So I just released myself from the environment, period. I was just like, you don't keep yourself in a place that's in, but you understand what it is, and you pray about that and pray for them, and you keep it pushing. But oftentimes the enemy will use a person or a group of people to make us feel like we're not wanted, like we don't have importance in the earth, because he knows the truth. But when you are a very caring person and you want the best for people, and especially when you love people, and you just like to share that, he will use the very ones that you love and that you care about to make you feel like nothing, literally. And when they succumb to that spirit, you literally just have to dust your feet off, keep it pushing, and pray for them, and let it be, and not take it personal. I'm learning not to take it personal. It's not always easy, but I'm definitely learning to not take it personal. Mary J. Blige had one of the dopest albums called My Life, when she was going through some things in her life. I get it. Your personal experiences will definitely give you content to help the next person. How many of y'all listened to My Life and was just like, woo, yes. Blessed God. But let's be cheerful. Give good medicine. And know the presence of God that is in you is needed to be shared with others.